Now, it's kind of had a crude analogy or metaphor as to what listening through a sound softening device versus a more clear and more accurate device. So I'm going to use these four op-amps just here because they're all the same serial. One of my blind tests, I found that if you listen to mixed serial numbers on these op-amps, you can actually get a less solid stereo image. So we're going with that. So here's my metaphor. Say you're taking an aerial photo or a drone downward looking photo of a forest of pine trees, and in that forest you have nice, grabbing a screwdriver, you have a nice lush, middle layer of the forest with moss and little rabbits and ferns and I don't know, beautiful, you know, uh, sunlight and mist and fog. Yet at the top of the trees, because you're looking down, you see a lot of treetops and you see a lot of emerging branches and sort of masks your appreciation of the wonder and gentleness below. And so what I think, with tube amps and softer sounding transients on different, um, preamps or whatever, in this case op amps, they're softening the tops of the trees by, just getting a trimmer, like a hedge trimmer, and it goes off the top of all the pine tree tips. And so you can look further down into the forest and sort of sneak around and look at all the little woodland creatures going about their day. So make sure I don't mess up this selection over here of the op amps. Whereas a cleaner, more say solid state slash less THD, more transient orientated, like waveform to waveform reproduction. Put this here. That's what I'm doing. It keeps those treetops, and all of the pine needles and all its glory. So you're looking at the top of the forest, and yet in between the treetops, you can actually see bits of the forest floor that are there. So that's good. I'll get to it pretty quick. So you're seeing the whole picture as if it can't be undone. You can't unsee the treetops, and you can see the forest floor in between the gaps. And what I think happens with the softer the tubes slash, sparkless versus, stock, is when you take away the treetops, you're getting a more romanticized version of the signal. And I miss the treetops. Like, why take away actually part of the music just so you can appreciate the other part? And I think human comprehension is like when you look at a bright, contrasty picture. Yeah, you open up Photoshop, you bring the contrast down, and you go, "Oh, that looks nice." So it's kind of like a method of viewing something. But I prefer the rawness. So there we go. That's my take on what happened to my dynamics and how I got them back. So I've just put in stocks on here, double check serials so I didn't distract myself. Yep, they're all the same. Good.